It is another Sunday morning. It's actually 11:15 here. Let me see here. We camped out in the living room last night, me and the kids. Good times. We were up late. I didn't get up till a little later. We got them some pancakes cooked up. They did the supper dishes. That's one of their chores. Last week, we really only had those two projects come in. We had some other stuff. We got some motorcycle parts for customers becoming a regular, so that's kind of groovy. Really, that's it. That's all I got to report. People and help. Damn, man. You know, it's interesting. I've been blessed with Jeremy. We worked together for years prior, and when I say work together, yeah, I was the boss, but we worked together. I'm always in the trenches. I put myself in that position where I'm there with the boys as much as possible. At one point in my career, I had 24 people in my employ. So I've gone through the process enough times. I'm not unfamiliar with it. I just work hard at not being jaded, you know? I mean, most people want to do just enough work to not get fired. So here's my thoughts and prayers, and join with me on this. Leaf, who is helping us out, I hope he finds the help he needs, because that dude, swings fiercely left and right, you know. So there was a pseudo confrontation with that guy the other day. You can't just flake out and not show up for a week. Show up at the drop of the hat and want cash for hours. It gets kind of difficult that way. Cash on hand, I keep minimal. For obvious reasons. Tearing that money apart and stitching things back together, he was a good worker. Not great, I could have done better, but he was a good worker. Production level stuff I can get him on. I mean, I repainted that pedal car again because there was very few imperfections in the finish. You needed to be wet sanded with a soft block in 2000. We decided to hit it with a hard block in 600. So, you know, he's not a bad guy, he's just got problems. And I hope to God that he sorts them out and gets the help that he needs. Wow. It's raining like a cow piss on a flat rock here. I'm going to get my boys in the shop. They're not going to like the rain so well. I let the boys sleep in the shop at night. If they're in a car in there and the air is clear. I'm very picky about the air being clear and letting anybody else in there. I mean, those chemicals stack up on you. So in all, it's not been a bad week. It looks like we're finding an equilibrium. I hope it maintains. I got a part-time hand, just as needed type of hand starting Monday. There's some things I need to get knocked out and caught up. If I can get caught up to where I need to be, because There's 4 things out there that would bring me money tomorrow if I were caught up on the schedules. Restorations take forever because you juggle them. There's not enough in one for me to run it straight through and survive. Not with me doing other things also. I don't know. I may get to a point I just don't juggle no more. That's all I deal with, but that's a long ways off. I started this year with very optimistic estimates on things. It's the end of the 7th month, and we're maybe 30% where I thought we'd be. That's okay. It's not a setback, it's just slower growth than anticipated. All you can do is look at what you've done, project upon what you're doing, and move forward. Projections are just that. They're educated, made-up numbers. We're going to be in the shop space we're in for at least another 12 to 18 months. I'm not upset about it, just be. I'm not going to fret. Also, shit, things are growing. Jeremy's stolid. For my aims and ideals, I've got to find A, the work, and B, the person to hook up and be part of this crew. My nephew, he went and got actually a full-time job. They're going to send him to school and everything for powertrains, engines, transmissions. So that'll be an interesting process for him. And then at that point, who knows? He's 18, almost 19. That young man's just begun his journey. He may get out of this field entirely. I don't see him being a career guy at Firestone. I know he desperately doesn't want to get stuck in that on that treadmill. You know, we've had that talk, that soul-searching talk before, and he's like, I don't want to do it for a living. And if that occasion comes up, that's my career path. I want to do hot rods. I want to do custom. I really want to do something real with it, not just maintenance work. And I think he gets that a little bit from me because he saw me get burnt out on maintenance service. Just is part of the gig. But I also know when he was 16 to 17 working my shop on the south side, he was also able to kick the book's ass on most projects. So on flat rate, the kid's going to be a monster. In a 60-hour work week, he'll probably clock close to 150 hours. There's most things he can do in less than half the book rate. So he'll do good. He'll do damn good. He may get himself in a situation the money is too good to leave, but we'll see how that works. That kind of bums me out. But things will relax over time, and I'll see him come around again. And he'll have a whole new level of competencies and skills. So if I get fortunate where I'm moving to a big facility, I'll steal him away. But in all, like I said, it seems as though things are leveling out. If I can maintain week in, week out what we've done for the last 2 weeks, we'll be in a reasonable position. 2 full-time guys and a part-timer, and the work we've got going on, it will work. it's tough going. I mean, right now, even Pete made mention about one of my videos, hobby shop. I'm, a professional hobbyist right now. I did have a particularly damn good week, in all honesty. The owners of the Mazda and Mercedes that we did, very pleased. Very, very pleased with the work we did. Their son has a big pickup truck that we're probably going to do clean up and undercoating on because the frame's got surface rust. So when they're so happy they're bringing their family in, that's outstanding. I solicited a guy last week off of Craigslist who needed a fender painted on a Mercedes, a black Mercedes, and it turns out he knows one of my favored customers, Dahlia, that owns ABC Towing. If you're in the Des Moines area, he's not the cheapest towing service in town, but he's one of the best service shops in town, rates and quality. Check that guy out. I'm going to plug a couple people shamelessly because they deserve it. They deserve the fanfare. Great guy to deal with, great guy to work for. He demands good work, pay for good work. It turned out we knew the same guy, and like I said, I solicited him off of Craigslist, and that Pro Mercedes of his has been beat to hell. He needs to be wet sanded in some more places and buffed out again. But as aggressively as I went after his car, wet sanding and buffing various areas to bring it back to a decent finish, you only go so far. You wet sand something down, even though it's cured out, you wet something down, it'll bring it to a softer material, especially in a single stage, which it was shot in. You don't want to traumatize it too greatly. And it's one of those that needs a couple, 3 massage sessions. The Lexus, like I told you, that was my sushi chef. You guys didn't see the final on it. The good is the guy was ecstatic. The bad is this. I had primered and wet sanded out the door after I had gotten it painted, because I painted it late. I was tired and I was foolish to do so, but show must go on. There were sanding scratches in the door that I had missed when I primered. So we prepped it off, sanded it down again, and reshot that door. It came out beautiful first and second time. This first time had those scratches in the finish under the clear coat, under the paint. That run in the reporter, I cut through it. So we repainted the reporter. Well, here we are. It's supposed to go back Thursday around 5 o'clock. We were painting that quarter panel. We had product issues after that. Anytime you cut a fresh paint job down, you're going to have issues. So we got it dealt with. It was 3 o'clock. We're shooting the paint on finally. I dragged my propane kettle heater in there. Got that shop up to 120 degrees for an hour. We got it polished out. We got it delivered. He was ecstatic. He insisted on tipping Jeremy, who wasn't there and is not a fan of seafood anyhow. He gave me $20 to give to Jeremy, which in turn, when I got back to the shop that night, I threw it in his toolbox. Insisted on making sushi for me, my nephew, and my sister, who helped me run the car up there. Just amazing people. May have got a small service job off that situation. we'll see if the guy calls. I get back to the shop, and Ralph and Denise Trotter, owners of that gorgeous 71 Monty, gonna be gorgeous 71 Monty, called. This is where all the video documentation really comes into worth to me at this point. They were ecstatic. They had a house full of people. I could hear it in the background. And they all crowded around the computer and watched their Monte Carlo being taken apart, cut up, and new metal put in up to the point we're at. And they wanted to call and just extend their appreciation to the work we're doing. The other guys that would have done the work wouldn't have gone half as far. They would have put door covers back over the problems on the doors and just let shit go, let shit slide. And you can't. I mean, outside of a full frame off, this will be this Monty's last go around. But the seal I'm putting back in it is going to last it another 40 years. I have to go through another couple paint jobs. He's going to drive his car. He drives his cars. So at that point, man, I'm in the shop talking to the folks. I was out. I was done. I wasn't going to do any better that day. My day wasn't going to come out any better. 5 o'clock, I was feeling really bad about my day and my week. Went to bed, got up, entered the Friday with a whole new vigor. But I'll tell you, one thing I did figure out this week is the work's worth it. The effort's worth it. Maybe not monetarily, but to the soul, to the heart, it's worth it. To the reputation, it's worth it. I learn more every car I do. As I learn better, I do better. That's the goal. We're 2 years old next month. Smith Welding Restoration as a idea is 2 years old next month. If we get to a point in the shithole little shop garage I've got, that's all it is. It's a big garage. It's not a shop. If we get to a point of standalone in the next quarter, we're well ahead of most small operations. I want to operate like this to save on overhead until we can afford to move out. We can't yet. The numbers just aren't there. You folks have a great Sunday. You have a great week. I'm going to show you some fenders on a 52 panel. I'm going to show you a radiator support on a 52 panel that needs refurbished. Taking two, getting them back together in the original configuration properly. Kent's pickup accessory, it's ready to start production. I'm just going through and engineering everything, troubleshooting the engineering that was given to me. To build something once is easy. To reproduce it indefinitely, that's where you start running into issues. So that's where we're at. I'm running into issues. I don't have the engineering mind Kent does. But other than that, we're out. Take care.